My brothers and sisters in Christ, this week we have come to the 16th Sunday in Ordinary Time. We hear the story about Martha and Mary. First, we should note, Martha, Mary, Lazarus, they are the friends of Jesus. What does it mean to be a friend of Jesus? What does it mean to welcome Jesus into our home, into the home which is our heart? How beautiful it is to have a friend in Jesus. But we also know that within families, siblings have sometimes rivalries and sometimes different personalities. We can see Martha is one who is a kind of very busy person, always cooking, always doing things around the house, very anxious. Mary, on the other hand, is much more passive and contemplative, less active than Martha. Martha, looking at Mary, just sitting there at Jesus' feet, goes to Jesus and says, "Lord, tell her to help me." Thinking Jesus will take her parts and thinking, oh, Mary's just lazy and I'm doing all the work. But Jesus surprises Martha. He says, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious about many things. You have need of only one thing, and your sister Mary has chosen the better part, and it will not be taken from her." You have need of only one thing. It is Jesus. That is the lesson he wishes to teach her. We can spend all our life in our work and miss out on the love of Jesus. Mary sits at the feet of Jesus, contemplates God's love in the flesh there before her, his presence in their home, in their lives. This is the one thing we need. We have all kinds of anxieties. We have all kinds of work. Our problems will never really go away, but the way we confront them is different because of our relationship with Jesus. Having a living relationship with him, being assured of his presence, strengthening us. You have need of only one thing. And those words were spoken not only for Martha, but also for Mary and Lazarus, their brother. They all heard those words, and we hear those words. You have need of only one thing. But do those words sink in? How often we forget these words. We also might contemplate Martha's reaction. Walking away, sulking. How dare he? How could he have said these things to her? Doesn't he see how hard I'm working here? How could he have said that? I'm so humiliated. Jesus never says anything to us to humiliate us or to make us feel awful. He says things to us to help us on the road to salvation. He said these to refocus Martha on what was truly important in her life. Not to wound, but to heal. How much better Martha's life would be if she clung more tightly to Jesus. If she didn't try to focus so much on the small little tasks and focused on the bigger picture, which is friendship with Jesus and heaven itself. How much better our lives would be and our faith lives would be if we had this type of perspective. We can do many things, but we ought to do them with love of God in the heart and love of Jesus as central to our spiritual life. May we receive Jesus' words. May they not sting us too much, but may they reawaken us to God's love in our midst.